They drum to their own beat, but now some Richmond street musicians are banging heads with downtown neighbors.
And as 8 News investigative reporter AJ Lagoe uncovers, the city's noise ordinance is almost never enforced.
Richmond after dark. It has its own vibe. A heartbeat. From the squeal of buses to the whine of sirens, to the tick-tock of crossing lights. But also familiar for those who live here is another beat.
We bucketheads. We're all a big group.
Urban musicians.
Everybody out here trying to make a dollar, trying to do something right and positive from being on the streets.
Playing on street corners for tips.
We just be like trying to make money, like that's all. We make like almost 200, like 150.
The drummers jam away outside popular venues.
Because we love doing it.
Entertaining circus goers at the Coliseum. Ballet fans at the Carpenter Center. We even found folks on their way to see The Lion King dancing along to their beat outside the landmark.
We love the music, people. We love the energy. We love the flow. We love the crowd.
But while the crowd may be amused,
it drives me insane.
Many who call downtown home are banging their heads in frustration.
Incessant assault by noise. All hours.
I've been woken up from sleep around 1 o'clock in the morning and it doesn't stop.
But their late night drumming.
It's 12:30 a.m. and they're still playing.
As a group of downtown residents.
It's all you can hear. All night.
And guests in area hotels.
We have had hotel guests complain about the noise.
Screaming for quiet.
Anytime there's an event at the Carpenter Center, we can rely on not being able to enjoy our home.
This woman who asked we not identify her shows us what the drumming sounds like inside her apartment.
I may as well have a 5-man band in my living room. You cannot listen to the TV, you can't talk on the phone, you can't have a conversation without yelling.
Richmond has a noise ordinance. It clearly states that excessive sound is a serious hazard to the public health and quality of life, and that people have a right to an environment free from excessive sound. Downtown neighbors tell us the noise from these plastic bucket drums.
Banging on plastic buckets isn't something that I find enjoyable at 1 to 2 in the morning.
Is more than excessive.
I literally sometimes have to sleep with the TV on so that it drowns out the banging of the drums.
Here's how City Code defines excessive noise. When measured inside a structure, it's sound that exceeds 55 decibels at night or 65 decibels during the day. Or when measured outside a structure, it's 65 decibels at night and 75 during the day.
The sound needs to be measured by a police officer with a decibel meter like this one, and herein lies the problem.
Turns out the Richmond Police Department only owns 4 decibel meters and only has 16 officers citywide trained in how to use them. Getting one of those officers to respond to a noise complaint may take hours.
This is not just noise, this is harassment.
Look at this email from 4th Precinct Commander Michael Schnatter to residents at Miller and Rhodes. While promising to help, he writes, keep in mind that there are a limited number of certified officers within the precinct. Trying to drum up pressure, the residents took their message to City Hall, writing their councilperson, Ellen Robertson, who in turn fired off this email to Police Chief Brian Norwood. On November 23rd, she writes, Chief, I don't understand what is the disconnect in getting this matter addressed. While the city tried to figure out the disconnect, we got plugged in. Setting out to determine for ourselves if the drummers were in violation of the city's noise ordinance.
We're across the street a good ways down the block from where the drummers are playing. It is just about 7 o'clock at night. I'm going to be quiet now so we can get a good reading on our decibel meter. As you can see, it's reading 78 decibels. The drummers are clearly in violation of the city ordinance based on our readings.
Would you want people playing outside your windows at midnight?
Like, if they're like, if I lived like downtown of the area of Richmond, cares, because I wouldn't care.
On February 13th, RPD decided it cared, taking a first-of-its-kind action, setting up an excessive noise sting inside a downtown apartment.
Okay, they're over now with the window open.
Officers then issued 22-year-old Marky Wright a summons for loud noise. His drumming was measured at 74.7 decibels, nearly 10 decibels louder than allowed. We caught up with Wright outside his first court appearance.
We don't do anything wrong to anybody. We just try to make music. We spread joy.
But the downtown neighbors who just wanted to beat feet away from their windows.
There's venues at which you could play that are not outside of people's residences.
May take joy in this next statement.
Do you think you're going to continue to play outside of center stage?
Oh no, I'm not playing in front of the. I'm not even going there.
But at other venues,
You guys aren't planning on stopping, are you?
Never stopping.
the beat goes on. AJ Lagoe, 8 News.